Well, hey guys, good afternoon. I know it's a little bit chilly today, depending on where you guys are, watching me from. Today, I'm actually at the beautiful Montclair State University, right outside of Sprague Library, and actually the Cafe DM, which is actually a Starbucks, and right opposite the School of Communication and Media. It is great to be with you. Just here because my next class is coming up in a little while, and I'm giving a final presentation, which is the last class. And the last thing I need to do for the class. So it's great to be with everybody here. Thank you so much for joining me. If this is your very first time joining me here on Inspirations for Your Life, I want to take the opportunity to welcome you and say thank you. If you're coming back, well, I definitely want to say thank you. And of course, welcome back to the show. It's always great to be with you guys here. Hey, if you're feeling a drink like water or soda, a nice hot cup of tea, which I just had, or maybe a snack, some fruit, could be candy or whatever it is, feel free to grab that and head on back. All right, guys, don't forget to check out believemeachieve.com. Right after the show, we have lots of great content there, so do check it out. Long form, short form, reels, and so much more. So welcome, everybody. Our topic for the week is a mindset, rewriting your inner script, okay? And today, it's all about throwback reroute lessons from what didn't work. Oh, and by the way, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, I'm an engineer, marketing specialist. I am a video producer, podcast host, coach, graduate student, and yes, a passionate lifelong learner. And it is my privilege and my pleasure to be with you guys here today. We may get some people walking in and out because, again, we are on a public campus. So welcome, everyone. It is so great to be with you. This is the Inspirations for Your Life, the daily motivational show that helps you become a better version of yourself. Now, I show you that things that help you refocus your energy, reboot your mindset, and reignite your purpose and drive in life. So today's episode is all about what it means to take life's misfires, mishaps, and what was I thinking moments and turn them into, well, some kind of wisdom that fuels your next breakthrough. All right, guys. So, too often people think failure is a period when, in truth, it's just a coming to or a comma in your life, just like a comma in a sentence of your growth story. So, don't get impatient when there's commas in your life because they are totally normal for success. So, grab a cup of coffee, grab the snack that you like, and sit down and enjoy Inspirations for Your Life because today we're rerouting the pain, the discomfort of yesterday into the power of tomorrow. So let's dive in, everybody, if you're ready. Number one, the past isn't punishment, it's a playlist. Every mistake you've ever made is like, I don't know, a track on an old playlist. Now, some songs hurt, some make you smile, and some, well, you can finally appreciate now that you're in a different part of your life, that you've grown up. There's some songs that even give you the inspiration to not procrastinate. I know I like to listen to a lot of different music. One of my favorites is like it's like Rain and some jazz music, very light, even some dishes clattering. It's kind of cool. So instead of, ladies and gentlemen, deleting those tracks, learn to remix them. The goal isn't to forget, it's to create a soundtrack of wisdom that helps you move to the rhythm of resilience. Number two, guys, losing was quiet redirection. Sometimes when doors, well, have closed on you, it wasn't rejection, it was actually redirection, whispered in a little bit of silence. What looked like a lost opportunity was really, well, an invisible map leading you closer to what fits your soul's purpose. And like I said, we are on campus here, so there are different noises, there's cop cars and different things. So we never know what we're going to get here, right? Number three, laugh at what once embarrassed you. Humor heals what shame hides. When you can look back and genuinely laugh at your awkward chapters, you know you've healed. Laughter turns memory into medicine. Number four, guys, nostalgia. It actually fuels wisdom. I don't know if you know that. So when you revisit your past, without judgment, nostalgia becomes a teacher, not a trap. Look back to remember how far you've come, not what you've lost. I think a lot of people miss the fact that we need to celebrate where we came from and where we are now. Number five, guys, life didn't reject you, it rerouted you. Think of every no as a GPS recalculation, right? In your car, turning you towards something better. You know, when you've gotten the message, please make a legal U turn as soon as possible, or in 200 feet, make a right hand turn, and then it gets you back on track, right? You didn't fail, you simply pivoted closer to purpose in your life. I think that's important to understand. Number six, are you ready for number six? Thank you, your younger self, for surviving another great day, not perfecting it. That version of you didn't have the tools you have now, but they got you here, and that's enough. See, gratitude transforms regret into respect. A lot of people don't know what gratitude is. They don't spend time on gratitude. They don't even care about gratitude because they're so into themselves that they don't take that moment to really understand it. Number seven, I want you guys to all fail forward. So when you fail forward, you turn momentum from missteps into mastery. You keep learning, you keep moving, and yeah, suddenly nothing truly stops you. And you're like the incredible, master person that nothing can stop, like an amazing superhero. So, number eight, you're not who did it, you're who learned from it. A lot of people try to take blame or other people push blame on you. That's not what life is about. It's about growing from our missteps and learning how to turn lemons into lemonade. Now, growth means separating your identity from your errors. I think a lot of people get hung up on the fact that, oh my gosh, I didn't do this right today. I made a mistake. I didn't get the A. I didn't have the perfect relationship. No, life is not perfect. It's about learning from those lemons and turning them into lemonade. You're not your mistake, guys. You're the evolution that rose from it. So let's start living like that. Number nine, look back only to recharge the perspective. So reflection isn't about staring at the past. It's about gathering the fuel for your next chapter in your life. I know that sounds lonely, that sounds scary, it sounds a little bit uncomfortable, but let's face it, guys, that is life. And I've told you that success never happens where you're comfortable. Success starts to happen where you become uncomfortable. I'm not saying in pain, I'm saying uncomfortable. So check the rear view mirror, but don't live in it. It's okay to know what's happening and be alert of it and what you should be doing and maybe just aware of the situation so you can protect yourself. But it's not like you need to jump back into that flash frame, right? We've all heard of deja vu before. It's okay to think about deja vu and think about the lesson, but throw away all the other uncomfortable things. There's no need to relive them. Number 10, guys, you ready for number 10? You sure you can handle number 10? Number 10 is reframe regrets as rehearsal. Reframe is just another way to take where you are right now and change your perspective, to change the lens that you have on your eyes. So if we know right now that you go and put glasses on, and let's say the glasses are sunglasses, you're going to see the outside differently. If we go ahead and put glasses on, let's say that are prism glasses, well, they're going to look kind of funny. If we put glasses on that are red, everything outside is going to be red. If we put glasses on that are green, you get my point, right? So reframe the regrets as rehearsals because that's all they really are, and they don't deserve any more energy than knowing that they're only a rehearsal. Every regret was a rehearsal and always will be a rehearsal for the resilience you now have and that you are able to recharge, like your heart, like your body. So this whole week is about recharging, with myself coming up with finals and finishing up classes. But there's also times that we can think about this too, because like next Saturday, I'm going away for vacation, and there's so much stuff that has to get done that we sometimes can get so like stressed out with it. So one thing I do is I make lists. And so when we make lists, we can celebrate those things and just have this little plan. And when we do that, life seems much more bearable and manageable. Like, hey, I got it done. Yeah. That's why, guys, looking back no longer hurts it. It empowers you. So when we know that we've done something wrong or something hasn't gone right, let's not repeat the past. Einstein said this many times. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So you guys are real smart people. So don't do the same thing over and over again. I love the people that run social media ads and then they don't get any sales and they're like, oh, let me run some more social media ads. Why? It didn't work the first time. Why is it going to work the second time? Let's take a different approach, all right? I know sometimes it affects the ego, and again, we're getting noise and everything's around campus or like that. So we are on a public campus, so there are different people walking from class and stuff. So sometimes we will get some peanut gallery noise, okay? Number 11, guys, say thank you to what didn't work. It narrowed your focus, all right? Failures filter out distraction. Each no has helped you find your authentic yes. That's right, guys, your authentic yes. It's not about being someone else. And I've said this before. Be yourself. Don't be someone else. You know why? They're already taken, and you're much more creative than another. So let's show the world who you are so people can see that. Number 12, revisit the old goals, right? The old passions. Update the software. Your past ambitions were created by an older operating system. I think it was like Windows 95 or Windows 98. Just kidding. And your mindset at that time acted within those parameters, right? There's different ways that memory is managed under Windows 95, right? Windows 97, right? Remember Windows 3.1? Well, that was a real disaster. And then, yes, we have Windows 10 and now Windows 11. So you guys can choose to upgrade the code without erasing the vision. I didn't say you have to erase the whole hard drive. I said you need to upgrade the code on the hard drive. So your pictures are still going to be on the drive, all right? No pun intended there. Number 13. Don't have gloves on, but I probably should put them on soon. It is getting a little chilly here. If you guys are wondering, right now, if I check the weather forecast here, I mean, if I had to guess, it's probably like, I don't know. I think it's probably like, I'm going to guess it's probably like 30 degrees, if I had to guess. I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm going to let you know in 1 second what the temperature is right now on Thursday, December 11th, 2025, right here in Montclair, New Jersey. I'll tell you one thing. It's not 70 degrees. It's not 75 degrees. It's not even 70 degrees. So anybody want to take a guess how cold it is? If I had to guess, I know this morning when I was looking at this, it was very, very, very cold. I mean, I'm going to guess it's probably in the 30s. If I had to guess that. I mean, I could feel that rustle of the cold wind just kind of like hitting me. And yeah, it's definitely cold, guys. But I think that means that's what winter's all about. It's 33 degrees right here in Montclair, New Jersey. So that's chilly. So as I was saying, getting ready to go away on vacation could sometimes be stressful because there's so many things you have to get done. Maybe there's holiday gifts you have to get. Like tomorrow morning, I need to go drive somewhere to go pick up some delicious stolons that I give out to good clients. And so there's things you have to do, but sometimes things happen, like emergencies happen. Clients have things that happen. And you've got to just roll with the punches the very best you can. And if you can't do something, just say, hey, I can do it this, or I can do that. If you can't, don't apologize. Like, for example, on Saturday, I had play practice, and I've come to the conclusion that I'm not going to go because I need to take care of myself. And I'm feeling like I'm pushing myself. So I want to make sure that I'm in good condition to be able to do all the things I need to do. I think that's the most important thing. Number 13, guys, number 13, and that is this. That failure was data collection. Every setback you ever had and ever will have has given you valuable analytics and always will, emotional, strategic, and spiritual. Sometimes we're afraid of these things because we don't necessarily know what's going to happen. It's the unknown. So, ladies and gentlemen, use that data to optimize your next move in life. Number 14, turn your LS into launchpads, right? Turn those losses and those misses into launchpads. Each loss can boost you and it gets you to need the next big win. Use it like rocket fuel. All right. I think sometimes we don't feel that we can achieve that launch because of what someone else has said, because of past conditions, or just because of a feeling we get. And that feeling is usually because we're scared. But I want to give you a secret, guys. When you get scared, um, that's a very good indication that you're coming very close to a breakthrough of something positive. Number 15, old versions of you aren't cringe, they're clues. When you look at who you were, okay, you're studying the prototypes that led to today's you. Respect those drafts. They made the masterpiece of who you are today. I think a lot of people feel that you're just supposed to show up perfect. Well, we don't show up perfect. We never are perfect. We never will be perfect. We will get better than we were before, but we have to embrace who we are right now in our life. We have to embrace all the challenges, all the trials, all the tribulations that we have gone through and thank life for those amazing lessons. I'm going to tell you something else, guys. Lessons keep repeating themselves until you decide to learn from them. That's the truth. The lessons will keep repeating on autopilot until you decide to make the change. Number 16, your flop era was your foundation. The times you stumbled weren't detours in life. They were the groundwork for confidence, wisdom, and discernment. So they're the groundwork. They're the trench digging. They're the foundation. They're the grunt work that goes into the beginning of something. They're the beginning. Um, they're the messy start. Sometimes there's a messy middle, which I've learned from my guest, Jen Drummond. But I also want to say there's a messy start sometimes, right? That doesn't mean that you should give up. It means that the beginning is going to be hard sometimes. And if it is, embrace that so you can change who you are and you can adapt and become a better person. All right, guys, number 17. Nothing is wasted when wisdom is gained. Let me say that again. Nothing is wasted when wisdom is gained. Nothing is wasted when wisdom is gained. Even pain and discomfort can be recycled into purpose. I'm not saying to you it's going to be easy. I'm not saying it's going to be fun. I'm not telling you that you're going to get it right immediately. I'm also not going to tell you that challenges are not going to exist, because they are. And the last thing I'm not going to tell you is that I'm not going to tell you that you're going to get all the support you need outside of yourself. So sometimes you need to be that support. You need to be what other people aren't to you. And don't get upset about it. Growth, ladies and gentlemen, is sustainable when every lesson has value. Let me say that again. Growth is sustainable when every lesson has value. But if it doesn't have value, what's the point of doing what you are doing? As I sit here at campus and I just kind of look around, you guys can't see that, but as I look around to my left and I look around at different people around, and I see them walking, and I see some people that are walking very slowly. I see some people that are walking quite quickly. I see some people that are on their phones, they're texting. Some people are sitting at a table that are reading or eating. Other people are just sitting around like I am at a table. And I think we have to take the time and the moments to slow down. I've said this before. When you feel like your life is moving too fast, it's because you're not diversifying. It's because you're taking the same path, the same things every single day. You're not mixing things up a little bit, right? Number 18, rehearse resilience. You might say, well, John, I'm not ready for resilience. I don't have enough skills. I don't have enough knowledge. I don't have enough confidence. That's something you have to work on. Don't wait for the storm to practice strength. I'll give you an example. So I hope you never have a fire. But I always tell people you need to come up with an evacuation plan to your home. When I travel to a hotel or somewhere, I always want to know my way out. But I want to know not just one way out, I want to know two ways out. In your home, a lot of times there's a way out through the stairs if you're on the second floor, or downstairs there's a way out the front door, the back door. But what if you're on the second floor, and what if you can't get out? Suppose there's a fire in your house and you can't get out. So maybe you need to jump out of a window, right? Maybe there's a ladder you throw out your window if you have that kind of thing. So we've got a plan. And I've said this before. Failing to plan is planning to fail. Failing to plan is planning to fail. We need to rehearse. This is why we do fire drills. We want to know how we're going to get out of the house safe. We want to know where we're going to meet, what we're going to do, and make sure the plan works. Not when there's an emergency, guys, right? That could be too late because our lives could be on the line at that point. Build resilience daily. Let it become a muscle of memory for you. Just like you go to the gym and you work your biceps, you work your other parts of your arms, your legs, calves, thighs. You need to remember to exercise the muscle in your memory. Number 19, closure isn't forgetting, it's formatting. You don't erase what hurt you. You reorganize it so it stops glitching your piece. Sometimes some things bother you. But what we really need to do is figure out how do we change that, or how do we reorganize it so that our perspective is different now. Just by changing your perspective can determine whether you will be successful or whether you're going to be benching it the whole life of yours. Number 20, discomfort and pain turns to peace through perspective. Wow, perspective is very, very powerful. So just by changing the lens, by changing the way I see something, by changing the way I perceive something, that can affect the total outcome of me and for others. Perspective transforms chaos into clarity. Okay, so why don't more people change their perspective? Well, it's not instantaneous. So people are looking for these quick fixes, and then they switch it on like, it's not working, right? So they turn it off. So you got to keep working at this stuff. So that's how pain, that's how discomfort graduates into understanding. It becomes a connection from one hemisphere to the other hemisphere. The more neural pathways we create, the smarter we become. The more we can inference different type of information back and forth. Number 21, guys, self-roasting is self-power when it's healed. When you can joke about your past with love instead of shame, that's empowerment. And it's disguised as humor. But some people don't want to do that because, well, they're insecure. Number 22, stop resenting the reroute. Don't hold grudges against your growth. Every detour upgraded your destination right now. So if we can embrace the detours, if we can embrace the reroutes, if we can embrace the fact that life isn't perfect, that sometimes when we want to go left, we're going to go right. And that could be a beautiful thing to give us access to a new insight that we never knew was possible. Number 23, the comeback always thanks the setback. Ask any successful entrepreneur. Behind every milestone is a moment that nearly broke them. Gratitude fuels unstoppable returns. So I think we got to start being more grateful for things in our life. Your detour was defined, number 24, and it was filtering. The universe doesn't block you, it protects you from what's not built for your evolution. I always say you can ask for what you want, and the universe will either give you that or it'll give you something much better than that. So be open to it, and also be open to it in a different package. It might not show up in the way you're expecting it to. So I think that's a very important thing. Number 25, laugh at your losses before they haunt you. Laughter disarms memory. When you joke about failure, you reclaim control of the story. And remember, guys, you can restart the story and rewrite it of your life as many times as you want to. Let nostalgia be your therapist for 6 minutes. Set a timer, smile at your younger self, and thank them for growing up through the chaos with you. Then move forward renewed. Number 27, your what was I thinking moment was character shaping. Those questionable decisions gave you empathy, perspective, and patience. That's emotional equity you now own. Number 28, reroute does not equal restart. It's evolution. You didn't start over, you leveled up with better tools, insights, and strength. Number 29, the art of forgiveness is releasing version 1.0 of you. 1.0 was nice a while ago, but it's time for 2.0 or 3.0. When you let go, you integrate your past into your progress gracefully. Sometimes people in your life are not meant to be there your whole life. They're meant to leave. They're meant to just teach you a lesson. Number 30, the past doesn't vanish, it graduates. Each version of you earned its degree in survival, resilience, and transformation, and will continue to. The diploma is your current mindset. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for joining me today on the Inspirations for Your Life Ever Popular show. Remember, life isn't about perfection. It's about perspective. And every reroute you've been through, it's proof today that you're exactly where you're meant to be. Please do connect with me at believemeachieve.com for more of my short form, long form, and other types of content. And I hope that you're enjoying this throwback and how reroutes work and how you enjoy the concept of this week's all about reset. Whether it's your semester, whether it's holidays, let's be kind to ourselves and let's build a better you. Take care, everyone, and be well.